You know that feeling when you land some shots but still lose the duel and have no idea why? That's what we are going to fix today. In today's Rivals video, I will be coaching one of my subscribers, breaking down every mistake from aim to movement to decision making so you can stop throwing fights and start dominating your lobbies. By the way, the gameplay was submitted through my Discord server and I will be reviewing more subscriber clips just like this. If you want your gameplay featured and coached in a video, join my Discord. The submission form is pinned in the announcement channel. Link is in the description and pinned comment. Now let's go and break down what's actually going wrong. So the second student of this coaching series will be Kat. I asked if there was anything specific I needed to focus on and Kat replied with, "I suck with revolver, I want some better tracking and movement." Alright, let's see the gameplay. Okay, so Kat's starting loadout is AR, Uzi, Sight and Warhorn. We know how good the Sight and Warhorn combo is, and Uzi with AR though, we will see how Kat backs it up. Alright, so the first thing I noticed is the camera zoom effect. I can tell Kat's aim is a little bit off here, so reducing camera zoom might help a ton. If we consider how small the arena is, for example, having higher zoom will just make our aim worse. There will be cases when the opponent is at this distance, there will be cases when the opponent is even closer, but if you plan on running high zoom effect, at least don't use ADS in close to medium range fights. I know there will be some bullet spread, but you can still land accurate shots without ADSing at these ranges. For those of you who watched the first episode, you probably remember when I talked about the sight mechanic, where you basically use sight and then as soon as it's about to disappear, you press your button to dash. This allows you to instantly pull out your weapon instead of delaying the pull out animation, like I did right here. Another thing about sight, if you jump and look up, you will jump above the wall, which means it will take a bit of time to land back on the wall. But if you do something like this, you perfectly dash on top of the wall, which allows you to instantly chain another slide with it. Look at the difference between these two and tell me in the comments which one looks more effective to you. The thing with sight is you don't even need to look fully up in order to dash on top. You can still face at least the middle of the wall and get that perfect dash. We did dash back up, both whiffed, but Kat managed to secure the kill. Kat was fast and backed up the AR with Uzi, while the opponent just started reloading fully exposed. You don't want to do that. You either want to switch to your secondary and finish the fight, or you try to move out of that fight. We push a different side in the second round. We fail our dash because we didn't look up before dashing. Now, this could also work as fake. The enemy was AFK though, and I really respect Kat for not shooting at the opponent but waiting for him to come back so they can have a proper duel. W Kat. Right here, we see this guy running under us, fully allowing him to reposition, not quite sure why, but our crosshair is pre-firing the angle that he's about to dash to. Sure, it's good to pre-aim peaks like that and land first shots on our enemies, but imagine how much damage Kat could have landed here by shooting at the enemy while he was rotating under us. Even if we don't have the time to reload after that, we can still switch to Uzi or go back down and reposition. This way, Kat knew where the enemy was going to dash to, but the enemy also knew the exact location of Kat. We also lost the round because of that one simple mistake, and the enemy popped way too close, which threw Kat off because of the camera zoom effect, causing Kat to make unnecessary mouse movements to try and track that target. We go with the grenade in the third round and our opponent is unfortunately AFK again, though we know he's using the exact same loadout just with Warhorn, and if this was me I would wait for the horn sound and then throw my grenade towards that location. We threw a pointless grenade without focusing on what our enemy actually does, but still, Kat didn't make a mistake here. He's on the exact same walls, right side of the map, so we dash up and take that duel. We miss a lot, drop down to reload, which is really smart, and then we pop back up in a different position. We can see that Cat is confident in getting the enemy with Uzi, so we don't drop down. We can also see the jump boost Cat gets by sliding to the other wall. Now, many of you probably know this, but I will explain it anyway for those of you who don't. If you slide from one wall to another and then jump as soon as you reach the edge of that other wall, you can actually get some really good jump boost. If you use fists, you can combine them with that jump and create some really nice movement. Another thing to keep in mind is that this can also make you more vulnerable since you can't really strafe from left to right and you're basically just going vertically. So it can easily make you an easier target. Now, I'm not sure if Cat purposely dashed towards the opponent to damage him or wanted to avoid dropping down, but it worked both ways. Our enemy is low HP, reloading the weapon again, so we just chase him down and end the round. Back to Horn, different wall again. I really like how Cat constantly switches sides because that easily throws the enemy off. We didn't even need to listen to audio and we knew the opponent would pop from the right side again. The opponent didn't use Horn, which means he might have something else instead. We take the duel and instantly slide back as soon as we ran out of bullets. Honestly, by that alone, I can see that Cat has some really nice awareness. Each time we watched Cat's gameplay, we would see the repositioning as there were no bullets in our weapons. Cat here pushes aggressively, the opponent loses track of us, but instead of just wildly swinging and fighting, Cat decides to hug cover and play with safer picks. We heard the enemy dash up, yet we still decided to do the same thing with 60 HP. This can be especially risky considering they fought close range again, and as I said, not using hipfire in this situation can be even riskier. Lucky for us, the enemy was just standing still and shooting with his secondary, which allowed us to win the duel. If he actually used his primary and shot us as soon as we dashed up, the outcome wouldn't be the same. So my advice here is to stay low and hug cover like we previously did, and take peeks that way. It would definitely work on this opponent. Next round, we are late with the peaks, we mess up and start round fully unaware. The enemy expects us, catches us off guard, and lucky for us, whiffs almost every shot. Cat's movement definitely threw him off. It's important to mention that we decided to take a burst AR while also ignoring the sound of our opponent's horn, which is not really ideal situation. I personally prefer taking medium to long range when I use burst. It's good in close range too, but if someone gets in your face with AR, you can't really do much about it. The horn sound clearly revealed that the opponent is on the left, so even if we are this late, I would use horn and fully rotate to the right side. That way, I take some distance and pop up where he might not expect me. Cat keeps dashing to the exact same wall, which isn't really ideal, not at this range, but with this camera zoom effect. Cat landed some really nice shots there, missed a couple later, but kept aggressively pushing the opponent. Personally, when I use burst, I only zoom when I'm about to shoot, since my hipfire sense is faster and I can move easier. I can also see more on my screen, which is nice, but holding ADS and shooting like this can definitely sometimes throw me off. Cat does the same thing, ADS only when about to shoot, which pretty much agrees with what I said. I feel like playing this aggressive is not really necessary, especially not with burst. We didn't reposition much in the beginning, but we could see that later on, Cat kept rotating down to reload the weapon and then dashing back up to challenge. Next round, no audio on the opponent's side. Cat pre-fires right but sees nothing and assumes this guy is on the ramp, which is honestly a good read. We missed shots, didn't punish the opponent while he was openly reloading the weapon, yet we still decided to fight with that revolver. I respect the confidence here, but the biggest mistake is not pushing that reload. If Cat pushed aggressively to punish the reload and then quickly after repositioned, we would have the advantage. This way, we missed the rest of our shots, panicked, and didn't know where the enemy enemy was, and it just cost us the round. Next round, the enemy is late again. We know where he is based on the horn sound. We clearly see him running under us, yet we don't shoot at all. We repeat the same mistake we did earlier, which is waiting for the opponent to dash up and then fighting, which can be bad in most cases. We whiffed a lot again because he was just too close, had less HP, yet decided to still push aggressively with the revolver. We let him reload twice, missed shots again, and instead of switching to AR here and then reloading, we decided to just keep pushing with the revolver and low HP and miss even more. We reload the revolver in a bad position, which takes longer than AR, and boom, end of the round. I can't even begin to count how many mistakes were made in this round. We had so much time to reload our AR, to sit back, relax, think of what to do next, but we decided to do this. Sometimes being aggressive is not the best thing to do. You really have to think about the situation you're in, and decision making matters a lot here. Eighth round, we do the same. We don't listen to audio, we could hear the steps, then we could also hear the sight, and then steps again. Yet we didn't register any of that at all, so the enemy caught us off guard. We hit some nice shots, punished the delay this guy had to pull his weapon out, and secured the kill. Looking at Cat's gameplay, there are many things I wanted to talk about. Many mistakes were made as well. Cat has good movement and good positioning as well. We never make ourselves vulnerable when we have to reload. We don't always stay in the same position either. But when it comes to aim and decision making, that definitely needs to be worked on. The biggest issue with Cat's aim is the camera zoom effect and not using hipfire. You don't really need to ADS in close range fights. Or if you really want to, you need a lower zoom effect to make it easier for yourself. You just can't see anything on the screen this way. So Cat, if you really want to improve the tracking, try to take this advice, try lowering that down, play some games that way and see how it suits you. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying it's not necessary to make it that high. When it comes to decision making, I talked about every moment you should definitely work on. Don't push aggressively when you're vulnerable. You missed many revolver shots, yet you still confidently took fights with it. You ignored the opponent running next to you or under you, and you also stayed in the same position for way too long. My advice is to stay calm, don't stress too much, think about your next move. Sure, Rivals is fast paced, but there are moments where you can think about what to do next, like that one time with the revolver. Move around more and listen to audio cues, they actually reveal a lot. You're already good, but I know for sure you can become even better if you fix those mistakes or try something new. I hope you guys liked the second episode of my coaching series. I really try my best to cover everything in real time and help you guys think better in fights. It's not just about aim and movement, there's a lot more to it. Don't hate on Cat, we're not here to hate on each other. If you want to comment something, at least comment something valuable that will help Cat or others who are reading your comment. Stay positive, keep grinding, and if you want a chance of being in one of the episodes, join my Discord server. I will see you in the next Rivals video.